Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Go ahead and join. Go ahead and tag someone. Go ahead and share. Invite somebody. They might not can't come on right now during this live, but they can catch the replay. They can catch the replay. Good evening to you and happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Greetings to you. Hopefully, you're getting ready for these holidays. Just being thankful. It's not just about the gifts and different things that many of you will be either receiving or giving. It's about just being grateful, being thankful. Because guess what? Things could be worse than what we may think they are. So, welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. I'm so glad you joined me on this evening for a brief word of encouragement, of empowerment, of instruction, of correction, however it may hit your doorstep, in hopes that whatever I do say, it brings transformation to your life. Welcome. And for those of you that are new to Wisdom Wednesday, it's your first time joining, you just happen to see this live just pop up. Greetings to you. I'm Dr. Perkins, Dr. P, Coach L, Coach P. I do some mentoring. I'm a certified mentor and a certified coach, and I do quite a few other things. So welcome to you. This Wisdom Wednesday small brief segments that I come to do on every Wednesday. I've been doing this for almost 3.5 years, maybe more than that. It's part of purpose. When and if the Lord tells me to shift from this and no longer do it, then I will. But until then, it's a purpose assignment. I'm so grateful for the seeds that are sown into the ministry. I'm so thankful for the faithful supporters. I'm so thankful for the ones who share and send testimonies and share things with me. Some I may know, some I may not know. I'm just honored and humble to be a chosen vessel in this hour. And so with no further delay, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I want to just come by just to touch on something. It's very important. Some things, we might overlook sometimes. We may hear certain things people may say over the course of our life or have said and not understand the importance of it. Tonight, I just want to touch on associations. Who are you connected to in this season? Who are you connected to in this season? And with the individuals, when you think about who are you connected to, with those connections, what fruit has come from those connections? When you evaluate and you look over, you can just look over the last few months. You can just think about the times, the conversations, the goals. Because see, it's time out for just being connected to people just because of the notoriety. But you're not growing. You're in the same place as you was a few months ago, last year. You're so busy trying to show who yourself, try to get in the in crowd, that you are forgetting and overlooking what God has called you to do. Or you associated with individuals that you don't even need to be associated with. They're not going the same places you're going. Y'all going two different places. You got two different thoughts on your mind. You're trying to grow you trying to become. But yet those associations you're with, they're going the other way. They want to go out all the time. They want to be indulging things that you know you don't need to be indulging in. And some of you are so afraid to disconnect and do what's best for you. We're at a time and we're in the hour where, and I posted this the other day, it's time out of wasting time. Sometimes you got to be by yourself. You need some of you don't even know you, who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, the goals that you should be accomplishing. You're so filled with everything else but what God wants you to be filled with. You filled with stuff from your past because you haven't freed yourself. What I mean by that, you haven't asked yourself for forgiveness. You keep revisiting that thing. You keep going back through the same cycles. You keep listening to words and people that have spoke ill against you. You know, my thing is, yeah, forgiveness is good, right? To forgive others, but you don't got to stay there. You don't have to rekindle relationships or situationships. Some of them are meant to just be cut off and not revisited again. The reason why some of you are feeling stagnated, you're feeling like you haven't accomplished anything, is because your associations are not what they are supposed to be. You are trying to associate with individuals God told you to leave, to run from, to do away with, to throw them off of the boat, throw them in the river, throw them in the trash can, whatever you need to do. And for some reason, you just been disobedient because of familiarity, because they're your family members, because they're your baby daddy, your baby mama, because they may be in leadership roles, your pastor, whatever the case may be. Listen, it's important that you understand the importance of having your own mind. So many people are being manipulated and bamboozled in this hour. Number one, not knowing who they are, their worth. Who you are is not wrapped up in somebody else. No one else can make you happy. You have to love yourself first. See, it's true. You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to love you. You teach people how to respect you. Well, Dr. P, how do I do that? By your lack of. If you are abusing yourself, if you're talking down and saying different things contrary to what the Lord said, what makes you think, who you think somebody else going to be loving you and doing this and you don't even love yourself? You're doing things that you know you're not supposed to be doing. You putting all this different stuff in your body. You looking old. You shriveled up. You don't have nothing going on in life. All you want to do is go around and drink and club and sleep around and be in places you know you're not supposed to be in and think it's about having all these men or having all these women or women having all these babies, think you can keep a man. It don't work that way. It does not work that way. You got to know who you are. It's time that you cut dead weight off. Throw them overboard. Cut them off at the root so it won't grow no more. So you can say bye-bye. And no see you later, alligator. Just bye-bye. It's important. It's time out. Some of you are in a place that's of age and your children are looking and they're feeling certain ways. They're feeling and got the spirits that you have because you and it's sad to say you don't even give them a chance because you stay connected to people just because you want to feel love. You want to feel in the in crowd. You want to feel that you don't even know who you are. Cut them off. They don't even know who they are. Just because people are in leadership positions or lead or they're supervisors on the job don't mean they're leaders. A leader has a certain characteristic about themselves, and one of those characteristics is not only being humble, but loving people, not being selfish, and only worried about themselves. I. Not being conceited. Because some individuals, it's all about them. You in situations and are associated with individuals, and every time you turn around, it's about them, then you find yourself next year in the same place because you haven't worked on not one goal. I had to listen. You have to make conscious decisions about things. God has gifted me and has purposed me for many things. And one of those things that I am an encourager. I call myself the purpose pusher. I know I'm a midwife, this, that, and the other. But let me tell you something. Sometimes people can try to use every time they turn, it's something that they need from you, something that they need from you, something they need from you, but they're never giving. They pull so much, but they never give, but they know they can find the weak ones. The weak ones will do. People that will look up to them and this and that. Listen, let me tell you something. We all in this thing together. There's no big this and big that. And there's a difference between being confident and being conceited. Some individuals think that they have arrived at a place because they're doing this, they graduate doing that. And some individuals, let me tell you, not knowing who you're supposed to be associated with will cause you to do things and be in areas, in arenas, and think you're supposed to be doing this and that because everybody else is doing it. And God didn't tell you to do that. If God told you to go get this certification and go get this degree and go do that, that's what you do. But don't start and try to do everything somebody else doing because you think that's not going to affirm you. You think that's going to make you feel this and people going to look at this. No, it does not. But people going to still look and be looking at you foolish in any kind of way because that's in them. Many people have, they got this self-fulfilling thing because of rooted things that they need to be pulled out. Just because you see people that look like they're doing this, that, and the other don't mean a thing. God has a way of exposing and revealing. And some in this hour, there's a lot of people that are being bamboozled. You got to know who you are connected to. It can't just be something that you ain't got to be a divine connection because you got so many people that's looking to be it. Literally. And let me tell you something. When I tell you, you just got to be mindful. You got to be mindful of even with people, and you know you've been with these people and they doing this and that, and you know you're trying to get to a place and you're not being helped. Be mindful of individuals. And I saw this shared and stuff before. You got people who go around, they talking about this, they talking about everybody else, this, that, and the other, whatever. Then after a while, you start finding and seeing that those same individuals are trying to get in to usurp and be in the in crowd of those people or individuals because of wanting the statue and the recognition. I've never seen, listen, there's so many people that they say that they know who they are. They say that they know, but they're still running around with different rooted things in, whether if it's from childhood, whether it's from situationships or whatever, trying to fulfill things within. And God is not, he's not pleased with that. It's important that we know the associations and who we are supposed to be connected to, because guess what? God has a work for you. It may not look like what I'm doing, but he has a work for you. And as long as you are blind to what he's and being disobedient to what he's called you to do, you will not get to that destination. They would say back in the day, birds of a feather flock together. Listen, who are you flocking with? Who are you connected to? Who? I don't know about you, and I know plenty of you that know me and have heard me say it plenty of times. I'm not cliquish. I don't do cliquish stuff. You know, I don't. And my discernment be on fleek. I might not say nothing, but I see, and I see very well. And I might not say anything, but I see. You can't go and do everything that somebody else's or other people are doing. You just can't. You might got to be, I'm in a season now because he's shifted me. And so there's just certain things that you have to be weary of and wise about. But just because you've been friends with people and y'all grew up together, your mama, your cousin, y'all just like family. Listen, if you just like family and y'all still in the same place you was a few years ago, still talking about the same thing, doing the same thing, you need to check your associations, baby. In order to growth it's an action where if you want to grow, you got to put some work into it. You got to put some work into it. We're raising a generation when you look these young kids and these young adults. Every time you turn around, they fight. They on social media. They screening the fights and all of that. They out. They cussing up something. They on social media fussing back and forth. Whether if it's over a man or woman, because I ain't never seen. Listen, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. But what you do and what you model, your children do. Your children do. Your grandchildren do. Because you got some of these older people that should be wise with wisdom. They doing mess they know they ain't supposed to be doing mess because the connections are wrong. And you don't have people that's in your circle to tell you, look, don't do that. And listen, no, don't do this. And that's a necessity. And this next season, this year is about to end. Got a few more weeks. Get to cutting it, and that's what you need to do. You need to move around some people. You need to let go of some people, literally. And don't feel bad about it. Know when you're being used. Know when you just tired. I just can't. Just know. Know when you want better. And stop letting people pull you back to the same place. You looking at your sister, your brother, think, oh, he got it made. Oh, she got it made. Don't covet what they may have or what you think that they have. Because sometimes, and listen, a lot of times I don't post a lot of stuff, honey. I don't post a lot of things, whether material or not. Because first of all, for what? I ain't just that type of person. I have plenty of people tell me, when you get that car, when you this, that, and the other, when you get when you do this, when you do, it's not for the public. If you see, I mean, that's just me. Every time I turn around, you traveling here and there, or I might post a picture months later. I could have been there last year and just post a throwback. People talking about safe travels. Honey, I done been there and came back. Done been there twice and came back. Because some people just do that to make it look like that they doing all of this and all of this, that, and the other. No, I don't need no confirmation from you. I don't need no pat on the back. I don't need none of that. I don't. I want, it's all well and fine and it's good. I love to see it, but I don't. Every time I go somewhere and then post them, so that's how people's house get broken into, and people know you're gone and you just posting everything. No, you got to know when to be secretive and like stuff. My children tell me right now, I think you work for the feds. I don't like everybody in my business and coming over to my house and doing all this other stuff. I've never been that way. Life. I teach you some things. You got to know when to hold out and you got to know when to fold. You got to know when to let go. Some of you, it's your let go season. Find you another tribe. Find you some more sisters or brothers. Find you some individuals who trying to push you and you push them, and then not be just you doing. Cause see, once listen, I ain't that. I cuss folks. I ain't got time. No. Cause you got some people that got some real usury spirits, and they covered up, and they think you don't know, but no. And I want us all to win. There's no way I'm gonna grow and do and move, and my sisters or the people who are around me, they stagnant. Because I'm the purpose pusher. I help my clients, my friends, my children, birth purpose. So do you think I'm gonna just sit back, listen, and I don't let everybody around or in? No, and because some people know. Some individuals, they like to talk on the phone all the time. Every time you turn around, they on the phone, they calling, they this, that. No, my phone be dry. I'm not a phone talker. I don't like talking on the phone like that. I like to handle business and do when it's time, I do. But I don't like now my family, I talk to them like that. But it's not like that because a lot of times people be doing it, they be gossiping. We got to do better. We got to connect to the right tribe. We got to stop being so envious and be willing to help one another. Stop using and thinking and be self-seeking and think it's just about you, because it's not just about you. We want people, let me tell you, I used to go and be like other people to support and this, and because a lot of times people be in my inbox, this, that, and the other, be sending stuff, asking for support and whatever, and you don't support, you don't like, you don't attend, you don't do stuff like that. Not unless the Lord say. Because see, some of y'all some of y'all be a trip. Some of y'all be a trip. But cut off associations that mean you no good, that's not helping you to get to the next level, and be unapologetic about it. I'm no nonsense. I'm not gonna sugarcoat, run around the bush, all of that other stuff. I don't need no accolades. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I don't have to have people following me. That's just not me. Majority of the time when you see me, you're gonna see me with my family, or I'm gonna be by myself. Not unless it's time to do ministry stuff. That's just it. I have to protect my surroundings, protect my peace, and protect my purpose. My character is very important to me. And that won't nobody never be able to say that I've tried to use and manipulate it, do this, because I love people and my purpose is to try to help and push. But you would not get over on me and be messy when it comes to me, because I don't play that. I cut you off. I do. I don't mind, because there's a big purpose, and God knows that I have to stay at a place so I can see, hear, and speak well. And I can't have any distractions. And you can't either. So I encourage you to know the importance of your associations, whether at work, in your professional, or in your personal. Assess who you are connected to. Don't take some of the same stuff, these same people in 2024, if they're not supposed to be there. You ain't got a bad mouth. You ain't got to be messy. You ain't got to listen, you don't. But what you have to do is understand that associations matter. You matter. Your future matters. Your purpose matters. You growing and transforming matters. Do what you have to do. I always tell my children, you can't be the best thing in your group. If you got a group of people you're around and you're the only one that's trying to achieve this, that, and the other, after a while, it's going to become a hindrance. You need to have somebody around you that you can grow from, that can speak into you, that can do. That's what I say that. And that goes for you too. Check your surroundings, check your circle, check your associations. Even if you're in a ministry, you're not growing like you should be. You feel the unction, and you just know. You might can't pinpoint it, but you just know. You need to assess where you are. Don't be controlled by a man or a woman. You be controlled by the Lord. Because everybody that's in some of these pulpits and different things, that is not of the Lord. But you got to know that. So I pray that these last few weeks in this month, that you have time and get the opportunity to assess where you are, what you should be doing, who you need to cut off, where you want to go, where you want to start on, and have some realistic goals. Don't be disappointed if you did not accomplish some of the things that you wanted to this year. Life be lifing. It does. But you have to make a conscious decision. And even when life is lacking, if you are associated with the right people, they'll help you through that storm. They'll help you through that storm. You won't be in there by yourself with the right associations. They'll help pray your way through with the right associations. God bless you guys. Thank you for joining me. Tune in next Wednesday, Lord's willing, to Wisdom Wednesday. I hope I've said something on this evening that has encouraged you, equipped you, caused you to think so that you can transform some things. It's all about growing and becoming, growing and becoming, growing and becoming. Both of those words in ing, because it's a continual thing. It's a continual process. It's something that you have to continue to put work into. Don't just talk about it, just do it, okay? I'll see you next week on Wisdom Wednesday.